All right, folks, the last piece of the puzzle I wanted to discuss with this system is fourth suit forcing. Now, we've discussed the times where we're going to see 2/1 game forcing. We're going to see it almost exclusively when we open one of a major suit. We're going to see only one circumstance that we see 2/1 when we've opened a minor, and that's specifically one diamond, two clubs, the only place it could possibly exist because 2/1 is never a jump. So fourth suit forcing is kind of needed to figure out the other way to game force, and this is going to be later in the auction for us, and it is once again going to have a lot of the same circumstances that 2/1. Mainly it's going to be in non-competitive auctions, right? So this will, well, let's ask this question. When we game force in this way, what will frequently or what will usually be opened when we get to fourth suit forcing? It's the exact opposite of the 2/1 game forcing, because that usually is after a major. Fourth suit forcing is almost always going to happen over a minor suit opening. It can happen over a one heart opening. It will never happen over one spade, right? Because we know that's either going to go one no trump or 2/1 game forcing right away or some sort of raise, right? So here, this is the last piece of this puzzle, and let's jump in and just show you why we need something like this. So I'm going to kind of retreat to the corner up here, and I want to just show you a hand. Make your call, folks. One heart to you. What will you bid with this hand? All right, don't get all 2/1 down the brain. We want to show the shape of this hand the best way possible. We would not game force and then come back to it, because we'll never convince partner we have a 5-card spade suit. So we're always going to start with one spade. And when we do that, partner now bids 2 clubs. So make your call now, folks. Yeah, so in this spot, you should know you have enough to play game. You should also recognize that you're not quite sure where that game is. And this should be a familiar feeling to you. If you haven't played this convention before, you may have gotten stuck in a spot like this where, hey, I know we have game, but I haven't ruled out a spade fit yet. I've only shown 4 of them, and if partner has 3 card support, we could certainly have a game. So here, folks, it is so important that we not only get to game, but we also get to the right game, and we use this conventional help, this fourth suit forcing. And here's exactly what it looks like. This is fourth suit forcing. When our side in a non-competitive auction bids all 4 suits, this fourth suit is game forcing. It is completely artificial, could be any shape whatsoever, and it is for positions like this where we're either uncertain about which game we can play, or sometimes we kind of know where we want to play. We want to be able to confirm that, but we want to maybe play higher than game. So we're either uncertain about the strain we can play in, suit or no trump, or the level we can play at, game or slam. We know it's at least game, so we forced a game, and then we're trying to figure out by this slow approach, as we've talked about in 2/1, which game and or how high we can play that game. Which strain and how high we can play that strain with the use of this convention. So there's our fourth suit forcing in action. And notice this is a rare occurrence where partners actually opened a heart and we've gotten to a fourth suit forcing auction. Usually we will see a minor suit opening bid in these spots. So let's take a look at this auction as we go forward. And now let's look at it from the rules perspective. When do we use this and why? Well, as we discussed, only in non-competitive auctions. Obviously, we're never going to use this when either player has passed, because we can't have a game-forcing hand when we've already passed. Also, very important, we only use this when needed. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, if you know, let's say you take a spade away from this hand over here. So let's 86 this 5 here, and let's put it in, I don't know, let's put this in the heart suit, right? At this point, we would know we have game, let's put it in the diamond suit, even better. We would know we have game, and we'd also know we don't have a major suit fit. So here we would just be bidding 3 no trump. We could use fourth suit forcing because it does signify a game forcing bid, but we don't have a reason to do it. In fact, when we do it this way and then we get to an obvious game afterwards, we will have shown some extra values. And obviously this one will come up and you'll see this and you might even get this wrong. We never use fourth suit forcing when we've already game forced. So if we started with a 2/1 auction and one of us clips off the fourth suit later, that is not another game force. That is just a natural bid, okay? Because we're already in a game force. So let's take a look at how we respond to the game forcing bid, and this is the wrong hand here. All right, that looks more like the hand we're looking for here. So we opened a heart on this auction. Our partner bid a spade. We bid 2 clubs, and our partner has now bid 2 diamonds. That is fourth suit forcing, folks. And one other detail about this bid, because this 2 diamond bid is completely artificial, this thus shows nothing about diamonds. In fact, you could have 0 diamonds. We must alert this bid for our opponent. So here we would just say alert, or if we're playing online, as we're making this bid, we would type in fourth suit forcing, artificial game forcing. We need to know how to respond to this, though. And responding is, I think, relatively easy. When we are responding, we're looking at 2 priorities. Do we have 3 card support for partner's original major suit? Or do we have a stopper in the 4th suit? And these are numbered appropriately. This is step 1. Do we have 3 card support? If we do, we show this 3 card support by bidding partner's majors. So here, if we had 3 spades, if I add another spade to this suit, we would bid 2 spades. If we do not have that, we go to step 2. And that is, we show a stopper in the 4th suit. We do this by bidding no trump at the lowest available level usually. Here, we in fact do have a stopper in the 4th suit. So on this particular example, we would be bidding 2 no trump. Failure to do either of those things doesn't really show anything extra or anything different. It just denies these 2 things, right? So huge priorities. Usually the responder is looking for a major suit fit. That's why, that's the majority of the time they're going to be using fourth suit forcing is for that reason. However, there are times where they might not be, so these are priorities are here for the most bang for our buck, and they may be worthless for partner, and they may be continuing elsewhere, right? Maybe one of your suits for all we know. But what we do is we give the response that's usually the most necessary, and we go from there. And these are they. Only 2 responses ever, folks. All right, so let's take a look, folks. Let's practice on a couple of auctions, and then we will be done with this. We'll see more of this in the warm-up quiz for sure. But on this hand, your partner opened a diamond. Make your bid. And we're going to go very fast here because this is a recorded session. So if you need more time, you can press pause. Here, we don't misrepresent the shape of our hand. We're always going to be bidding our 5-card heart suit. No need to game force, even if you're playing some sort of advanced method. If you game force and then show hearts later, you are not going to be convincing partner you have 5 of them. So just bid naturally. We have 4th suit forcing in our repertoire for a very good reason, because we are going to have necessities to game force later on with these sorts of hands. We're going to be able to do so when the auctions proceed this way. So here, 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade. Make your call, folks. What do you do? I hope I didn't give it away too much, but this is a clear 4th suit forcing hand. You're the responder. You have 13 points, and you should have doubt as to what your game is. You know it's not spades. You're going to try for it not to be diamonds for sure, but it could still be hearts, right? You have only shown 4. You want to see if partner has 3-card support for your major. So when you do this, you bid 4th suit forcing. What would you do if partner bid 2 hearts? Make your call, folks. And we're going to give you an answer in about 3 seconds here. This is a hand that found a heart fit, right? So we want to confirm that for our partner. We can do this by bidding either 2 hearts, or 3 hearts or 4 hearts. Which do you think is right here, folks? I think it's pretty close to either, to be honest. You're at the bare minimum of your range. I would be perfectly fine with a 4-heart bid. I would also be okay with 3 hearts, even though it's on that sort of minimum side of things if we're playing this as 13 plus. So here, it's pretty close to either. Just recognize that this is the same exact principle of fast arrival we're going to use as a 2/1 bidder, right? So the reason I include this 4th suit forcing in with 2/1 is it's the same exact concept. Once we proceed to this game forcing scenario, we now have that same idea. The slower we go, the better our hand is. So here, I would probably bid 4 hearts and be very happy with this. However, if it's very close to 3 because the values are meaty, and I do have a roughing value over here in spades, but it is towards that minimum side, so 4 hearts would probably be your best choice. Next one, folks, what would you do if partner bid 2 diamonds instead? Make your call. So what does 2 diamonds show as well? I'll ask that question. Pause it if you need it. I'm going to give you an answer pretty much right away here. This 2 diamond bid doesn't say anything extra. It simply denies. And what does it deny? It denies 3-card heart support, our original major. It also denies a stopper in the 4th suit, which in fact is clubs here. Recognize that this is not a club bid. This is a conventional bid that does not guarantee or show anything in that club suit. So that's why stoppers are important there. We haven't shown any values here. However, we do happen to have value here, and we also have understood that we did not find a heart fit. So the correct bid with this one, folks, is 3 no trump. If you had extra values, let's say you had like a 16 count in this same shape, instead of 3 no trump, you would take the slower approach by bidding 2 no trump. Good stuff, folks. A couple more examples, and then we'll cut you loose here. 1 club, 1 heart, 1 spade, and now partner has bid 2 diamonds. You are now in the responder's chair, and you are facing a 4th suit forcing bid. So what do you do with this hand, folks? Go through your priorities. You're responding to 4th suit forcing. Priority 1, do you have 3-card support for partner's original major? Why, yes, we do. Stop. And I know my dog over here just actually stopped right there. Good girl. Good job. But you're done, right? You found your major suit fit, or at least you found priority 1. You didn't find a major suit fit necessarily because partner may not have this major, but it's frequent that they do. But at least you found the first priority. You are done. You show your heart support. If you didn't have that, right, if you only had 2 hearts, now you would be looking at stoppers in the 4th suit. But because you have 3-card heart support, you show it, and now partner bids 3 hearts, folks. Make your bid. And the answer is coming in 2 seconds. This is here to test whether you think this is an invite or not. This is not an invitational bid, folks. In fact, that bid shows some extra values. It denies a bare minimum game forcing hand because we are already in a game force. The 2 diamond bid caused us to be there. So this slow approach is actually extra values. We, however, happen to have a bare minimum, so we'll take the fast approach on this hand with the correct bid being 4 hearts on this example, folks. That's a good 4-heart bid there. And next case here, this time we started with a spade. Partner bid 2 clubs after they opened a heart. And we bid 4th suit forcing, and partner now bid 2 hearts. Make your call, folks. So this one's very important to recognize. We slow down, right? We are in a game force, just like we talked about. We take the slow approach because we have a lot of extra values, right? We actually have a 17 count, and we're opposite an opening bid from partner. Recognize partner did not show a 6th heart here. They simply denied 3-card spade support and a diamond stopper. They've denied 2 things. We can't raise hearts. This is why this is here, folks. This bid is kind of a punt. It's like, look, I don't have either of the 2 priorities, but I'm forced to game, so I can't pass. Here's what this is, right? So at this point, we should know we have game. We know it's in no trump now. We're going to bid just 2 no trump. And now maybe if partner does have a 6th heart, they can show it here, and then we'll find our way to game. But here, we're just going to bid 2 no trump. And partner knows we're forced to game. They have to bid a game, so at least we'll see is 3 no trump, or we'll see another descriptive bid from partner. Good stuff. All right, next case. Similar hand, except a little bit less. Make your bid now. All right, so this time, if this last one is the slow approach, 2 no trump, this is the fast approach, right? Now, we still know we're playing in no trump. We just happen to know that we have a minimum hand. So we're going to communicate that by getting to game very quickly, and that is by bidding 3 no trump. And that's just saying, look, partner, I have very little, and I'm not even, I'm kind of balanced after this point, but I was just looking for a spade fit and didn't find it. Here, you might lose out in a circumstance where partner does have a 6th heart, but that doesn't seem as likely in these spots. And even so, partner can get in there with their bid as well. All right, let's take a look at a couple more here. 1 club, pass to you. Make your bid, folks. This is kind of a hand evaluation problem. I will tell you one thing. It is worthy of a game force for sure, right? And it is because I have 12 high card points And I'm 6'4" in my two best suits here. This is a beautifully shaped hand. It is certainly worthy of a game force, probably more than a lot of 13 points that I could show you. So here we want a game force, but we can't because 2/1 doesn't exist in these spots. So we're going to take a slower approach, and we're going to bid a diamond first because number one, it's the right thing to do with our shape. But number two, it is so much more important when we're going to make more than one bid that we bid a diamond and then show spades, and that's how we'll actually show our extra values and some extra shape as well. So here when we bid a diamond, our partner bids a heart and we see a special circumstance. We have two ways to bid fourth suit forcing. One of them exists at the 1 level. The other one exists where where all the rest of the fourth suit try saying that 10 times fast. Most of our fourth suit forcing bids are existing at the 2 level. Many are at the 3 level. This is the only time it could potentially be at the 1 level. Now, many partnerships make different agreements. I'm just going to give you a simple agreement for this spot. I would recommend playing 1 spade as game forcing and natural. So you have a game forcing hand and you have 4 spades in your hand, whereas 2 spades is game forcing and artificial, meaning you have a game forcing hand, you simply do not have natural spades. This is just for ease of use. You can eventually, when you decide to do something different, change this as much as you want. I'm giving you a suggested agreement for this spot, and it should make sense in a just logical way. It's kind of the easiest one to remember. So that is it, folks. That's fourth suit forcing, and that is buttoning up all of our game forcing auctions into one neat package. And that is the end of the complete guide, folks. So we'll revisit some of these auctions, not only in the live session, but also in the warm-up quiz. And I'll see you in both of those shortly, folks. So take care.